Honestly, a pretty solid sequel, but I do have a problem right off the bat, and that is the fact that the Terminator is sidelined in this movie. Of course, Arnold is still there, but in this movie, he's a good Terminator. He was reprogrammed. So he's there to protect John, and they send a more advanced one, played by the actor that plays John Cena, aka Peacemaker's racist dad, and the Peacemaker show. So it's pretty weird seeing him here on rewatch of this movie. Still cool. But yeah, the advanced Terminator gets sidelined. He's barely in the movie until, the big finale of the movie where it's just them and the Terminator. Like it was in the first movie. But he's like barely in this movie, and he's supposed to be more advanced, more smarter, but he gets outsmarted throughout the entire movie, and there's like two scenes where he's just fucking way too late to get to where he needs to be, even though they show how fucking fast he is. Because there's a scene where he's running like a motherfucker to chase John down while he's on a motorcycle. And he's pretty damn close to him. But eventually, the other Terminator, Arnold, shows up and saves him. But yeah, he's a fucking fast ass runner. But apparently, even though a Terminator literally doesn't, care, he doesn't just sprint to where he needs to go. I guess he's just walking around off screen. Because we saw how fast he was. But at one point, they attack Miles at his home, and he gets there late, and then he hears on like a phone call or a radio or something, I'm not sure, that Sarah Connor escaped and she's at Miles's building now. Because apparently he needed to know that, even though Miles is clearly kidnapped in Miles's building. So I'm pretty sure an advanced android could put two and two together and realize that they're going to use Miles to go break into the place. But no, he's surprised when he hears Sarah Connor's name, and that's what helps him, know what to do. So then he's late again. He's late to get to the place that he just heard on the radio. He shows up when they're already leaving. It's so dumb. They also break like a little continuity error. It's not a huge thing, but in the first movie, Terminator has like this list of things that he can say to people, like, to best way to respond to a human being. Like I don't remember exactly what it was, if it was a bathroom or something in the first movie, but a dude knocks on his door. He's like, "What's taking you so long in there?" or something. He might be renting a motel. I don't know. But he knocks on the door, and then you see like a a bunch of different ways that he could answer the dude, and he responds with "fuck you, asshole." A big part of this movie is that the Terminator doesn't really know how to respond to people, and that John has to tell him like what will make him sound more human. It does lead to one of the most iconic lines in the series, so it's not the worst, but it's still a continuity error. And I do think it's pretty dumb that Arnold's character doesn't know what tears are, but does know that humans need gas masks. Like, he questions John when he starts crying, and then later when they're breaking into a building and there's gas, he goes straight for the gas mask. They don't even have to tell him. You don't know what tears are, but you know what gas masks are? Okay. Whatever, that makes sense. Maybe people wore gas masks in the future to get away from them. I don't know. It's still weird. How the hell do you not know what tears are? But know what gas masks are? It's weird. Um, There's a rapey dude in this movie for whatever reason. One of the doctors that works at the mental institution that Sarah's in licks her face while she's supposed to be sedated. Or something. Like, she's definitely out of it. I think she was like faking it to maybe look crazier or something. And of course, the reason she doesn't react is because she has like a paper clip in her mouth that she needs to use to get out of her restraints. She beats the absolute shit out of him, which I was happy for. But I'm not sure if he died. It was pretty brutal, but not sure if he died. Dr. Silverman returns in this movie, who I didn't even call him by name in the first review, I don't think. He was also apparently in the third one. So he was in 3 of the movies. It's pretty crazy as a minor character. Definitely underappreciated. And he finds out Terminators are real. He's one of the few people to witness it, actually be a Terminator. He sees it, go through like the metal bars and absorb through it and shit. Oh, there's also like this stupid scene that I almost forgot about where the Terminator starts torturing Sarah to get her to yell for John for help. Even though literally both of them can mimic voices, both Terminators. So he could just kill her and then call for help. And there's been shown to have no hesitation to kill in this movie. Unlike in the first movie with, the Terminator usually only killing people that are in the way of his target, this Terminator kills a dude that asks him if he's okay. They get in a car crash, this dude is like, damn, are you okay, mister? And then he just stabs him through the chest. Just straight up murders him. But instead of killing Sarah and pretending to be Sarah to get John's attention, he tortures her and he's like, I know this hurts. Call him. Like, it's supposed to be like this, badass cool moment or whatever, but it's so stupid. We've already seen that he killed the stepdad and stepmom earlier in the movie, that they literally just gloss over. They act like it's not important. It's crazy. His parents were killed even if he didn't really care about them, and they weren't, his biological parents. That's just crazy that they gloss over that like it's nothing. So yeah, his parents are dead. Move on. Pretty weird. But yet he kills the stepmom and pretends to be the stepmom and calls him. So why wouldn't he do the same with Sarah? Because she's the main character. I really think that's about it. It's a pretty decent sequel. There's just a lot of stuff I didn't like about it. It's a very entertaining movie. Oh yeah, actually one more thing. Miles gets shot the shit out of for no reason. He turns around unarmed and they kill him. They just shoot the shit out of him. I figured they thought he would have just been a hostage because he works there, and when the people that worked there called the police, they didn't even say anything about Miles. Or like, oh yeah, that dude from the news that killed all those cops, he's here and he's with this girl. They don't even say anything about Miles. But I guess they just forgot to mention him. I figured it was just going to be considered a hostage situation with Miles, even though they never say it. But no, he gets shot the shit out of when he's doing absolutely nothing. Yet later, when Terminator walks towards them with guns, they give him warnings. They're like, no, 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 no. You better stop. Drop the weapons. And they're like, oh, well, you asked for it then. And then they start shooting him. They have a dude walking towards them with a gun. They can see the gun. And he's walking towards them for quite a bit. But when Miles is standing there unarmed, he gets the shit shot out of him. It's pretty weird. And yeah, I guess that's about it.